I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
Atn covers it all on Atn Politics today. Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
nobody's ambition is what's the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
Atn covers it all on Atn.
A leader is best when people barely know that he exists. When his work is done, his aim fulfilled, they will say, "We did it ourselves." Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Also, courage is what it takes to sit down and listen. With these quotes from Winston Churchill, I welcome you to ATN Politics. ATN Politics is Atlantic Television Network's flagship program that discusses core political trends with relevant political stakeholders. Today on ATN Politics, we will be discussing core issues from different political landscapes, such as hardship protests, Cross River APC to embark on counter-protest. Edo Guba, PDP accused APC of violence and intimidation. In Kano State, KCEC announces local government elections for September the 30th. And hardship protests. Abio's aide refutes statements on eating. We have a high-powered guest with us here today to analyze these stories. But before we introduce our guests, we'll go for the short break. Don't move, Amoso. We'll be right back.
Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what's the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
Atn covers it all on Atn Politics today. Every day our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what's the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
Atn covers it all on Atn Politics today.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
Atn covers it all on Atn Politics today.
Glad to have you back with us on ATN Politics right here on Atlantic Television Network in the big political city of Port Harcourt. Our guest today is a political analyst. He is well versed in as far as it concerns the political terrains of our dear country, Nigeria. I'm talking of no other than Lawrence Obukoya. It's a pleasure, sir.
God bless you, sir.
Welcome once again to
Yes,
ATN Politics.
It's a pleasure.
You're welcome,
Thank you,
sir. All right, in order for us not to take any much time, we'll go straight to the topic of the day. Chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC, in Cross River State, Alphonsus Eba, on Wednesday said that the party has secured police permits to march in all the 196 political wards of the state against the nationwide protest. He made this known during an interaction with journalists at the APC Secretariat in Calabar. Eba said that he will lead the APC members to move about in designated routes in Calabar for 14 days. According to him, other party officials and registered members will engage in similar marches in their different local governments and wards as from August the 1st. Good day, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, we are seeing a situation in Cross River State. We had the APC chairman in defense of his party and his principle at the center, the President Tinubu. And he is also saying that he is going to organize, he has gotten permits already to organize a counter-protest in opposition to the nationwide protest that is happening, which is also going on in Cross River State as we are speaking. The protest has divided the country into two parts. Those who are in support of the protest and those who say that the protest is not necessary. Where is your stance on this, sir, before we go into Cross River State, sir?
Good evening, Nigerian. My take on that, you know, there is no how the APC-led state government will ever support this protest. Because you can't just support or antagonize a government you are part of. So there is no how. I don't expect Cross River State to support this protest. But the truth remains that in as much as every other person in the country, whether political member or not belonging to any political party, as much as they are hungry, APC members are also hungry. But the truth is that for the fact that the principle or the man you are following say don't go, if you go, then there is every tendency that the little thing you used to get from him, you no longer get it again. That is why you see some people coming out. You know, so that last time there was a protest here in River State that somebody was paid just 2,000 naira to join for the protest. As a result, the boy died at the process of that protest. And the mother was crying that she never knew when the son left the house. Up to date, nothing has happened about that boy's death. So if they give you 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 to just stand and come out and just follow people and walk on the street, telling them you are protesting for good governance or you are supporting the present administration, I think people go for that just to see how they can feed themselves. But I must tell you that there is no average Nigerian man who knows what it takes to go to market and buy chewing gum. Will not tell that the country is hard to live. That the high cost of living here is so high that it would have been even better we be in hellfire than being in Nigeria. Because the suffering here is becoming unbecoming. Where you can have 5,000 naira to buy whatever. If you see what you buy with 5,000 naira from the table market, you ask yourself, did I lost any money? Am I sure I really used the money well, the money I came with? So I don't expect them to say they will join. Also have it in mind that in no distant time, market, River State PDP APC members. What I mean, or let me remove one number. APC PD. One day they will stand after this present protest. They will also start their own to say we are supporting the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Because what? They must have received one or two things that will make them feel less matter, let's follow, make we go to catch funds. But does not mean that Nigerians are not hungry. Nigerians are hungry. So anybody who will stand to say we shouldn't protest, the protest will not help anything. Yes, it will not help anything. But let me tell you, in the mid of the protest or in the eve of the protest, did you hear that Tinubu or the federal government have asked the NNPC to sell crude to Dangote? in Nigerian currency, which this is what this man has been crying all this while. We also heard that he have reversed electricity tariff just within the build up of the protest. Why saying the protest will not yield any result? They will not help us. It will help us. If it will not help us, let the world know what we are suffering. So that when we are migrating, there will no reason why Nigerian will swim across a whole Mediterranean Sea just to get greener pastures. Because what we are doing here, what we are suffering here, is becoming much. A place where human beings people who are looking for children will take their child after giving birth of those children and go to sell them just to feed other ones. You tell me protest is not the best option. We don't have gun. We don't have anything to fight the government. The only thing we can tell is that what you are doing to us, we don't like it. So that is the thing. So Cross River saying the protest, they are going to have gotten permission to protest or to support Tinubu. I don't blame them. That is their government. That is their government.
Okay, sir. Being that we had veered towards the issue of options, are there any other options? Because I know that this may not be the last time that such an event occurs. But we are also here also to enlighten and educate. Are there any other options you think that would have been followed in airing grievances as such?
That's after the protest?
No, instead of a protest.
Okay.
The protest being one of the options, which you said is the best option. Are there any other options that we would have also investigated to see if it would have worked? Then let it be that the protest is the final.
My brother, you know, our government, we don't hear please. What we hear is war or sounds of war. There shall have not been any measure that would have been taken to mitigate this protest or to have reversed or to have cancelled this protest or make things better than this protest. We are here today in the studio to analyze what the politics of Nigeria is. No matter how much we'll talk, they will hear it and pay deaf ear. So the only thing they hear is when the masses have come out, just like take from example from the Labour. Labour can negotiate from here till tomorrow. They won't hear Labour. They will only be giving them promises, giving them hopes upon hope. But as soon as they hear strike, that is when they call them to immediate negotiation. And then you see them implement one or two things from the Labour's agreement or Labour's whatever thing they will agree. After which they will dump it. So the best option is this protest. How many times has civil society called them to round table? What are the things you are doing? They have criticized them. The criticism could not even work, does not even hold water. They have done all they can, yet it doesn't hold water. So the only way they will hear, or the only thing they can hear is this protest. That is the only thing. So I don't think there's any other means, any other thing they would have done. Civil society have tried all they could. Labour have tried all they could. So organizations NGOs have tried all they could, yet. So the best is this protest, so that they would know Nigerians, we are hungry.
Okay, sir. Let us assume that you are in the higher echelons of a party called the APC. You'll be thrown in a dilemma at this instant. What would your reaction have been if you are a member of the APC, of which there are numerous members of APC that are in that dilemma? How would you have attended to such?
Well, I laugh over that because from time being, I don't belong to any political party. I don't also intend to belong to any. But one thing I have said in my life is that, thank God that in our fathers' days, the days of our fathers, when we are young, we do hear, just like paracetamol is today trending, any headache, any pains, you go to take paracetamol. Just like that was when APC was there as well. Any small headache, they say go and take APC. If it were this day that APC was reigning as a drug, I would have preferred to die than taking APC. So I have said that there is no way I would have been an APC member. There should have, and even my family, I told them, anybody that belongs to APC, you are my ardent enemy. You must not belong to APC. So, but you know, like one of my younger brother who was contesting under APC, I told him, you will not get my support. My immediate younger brother said, you won't get my support. If it would have been any other political party, I would have supported you, financially and morally. But for you joining APC, I don't think you get my support. He contested and he won. Wike came in and dissolved them. He never took salary for 1 month. So I told him not to join APC. So, and let's turn it the other side. Had it been if I was a PDP member, maybe in the time of Goodluck Jonathan, then this thing happens. It happened during the time of Jonathan. People were protesting, like Tinubu today, they were the ringleaders of the protests against Jonathan then. I looked at it very well. I criticized Jonathan. How could it be that you just came in, they handed over to you, your predecessor just reduced fuel, and then you came to increase it? So I was not happy with him. Even though I have a sympathy for him, as one who comes from the minority, who has no mouth for one to, nobody speaks for him. But then I didn't like what he did as at that time. But after Goodluck left, we now see that Goodluck was 100% better than the people we are meeting today. So I should not have supported the government that I am part of, and they are not doing what the people want. At a grassroots level, at least some of us may have one sympathy on the one person or the other, based on the particular person that is vying for one office or the other, and not for the political party. But then if that person is not doing well, I think we should call him to order and say, my brother, this thing you are doing is not the best. Why don't you retrace your step? Come this way, do it like this. So that people will feel the dividends of what you are doing, and not what you are trying to do now, want to enrich yourself, make yourself popular, and then against the detriment of the people. So there is no how I would have supported them, even though I was part of them, and I know I cannot be part of them.
Okay, sir. On a final note concerning this topic, we are all against violence. We are all against the destruction of government properties and public and private properties. And is there a way that protests can go on without destruction going along with it?
Yes, there is a way protests can go on without destruction. You see, sometimes hoodlums, that is why I see sometimes people stand against protests, because of the hoodlums who want to hijack the place. When protests happened some time ago, some boys were with gun. They go to people's shop, point gun at them, loot their markets. That is not part of the protest. This one is completely stealing. You go to my trade, I don't think they opened. Because of the experience of what they had last time. My one could not open. Yeah. So those major markets must shut down. No fuel station is opened today. Yes. So if it were, we want to protest, carry placard, move along the street, march to where we are going, and return back, it will be a good thing. But the way people, the armed robbers, I can't say it is those organizers of the protests are doing those things. Like in Tollgate, Lagos, Lekki Tollgate. Yes. That period, those people who organized the protest never pick a pin from anybody. Rather, they were spending their money. But you see, hoodlums, armed robbers, bad boys went in, cash in with that, and then begin to loot people's property. Whereby you said no, they will shoot you in the name of protest. That is what sometimes, I see the government, that is what they use in trying to tell us not to protest and not to do that. Yes, there are evil men after the good people. But that does not stop or make us to say protest is not the best option. But then, like this particular protest was well organized. You could see police vans all over. Police following the people, like that is as if they are part of the protest. Yeah. But they are guiding them, protecting them. Unlike other ones we used to meet. I think I will even say this Tinubu protest is one of the best protests that we have ever experienced for now. Because those days police will come out against the protesters, shooting direct at them. But this one, they were following them amicably, joining them closely, going along with them, not fighting them, not molesting them, not obstructing them. Because when you begin to obstruct the people, they also tell that thing they also know it. So I think people should be able to learn how to protest with decorum. They should protest with their good mind and church mind and not destroying people's property. Anybody caught, even with cutlass, should be arrested. But that is not what protest is for. Anybody caught with any object that can threaten somebody's life should be arrested and prosecuted. That is not protest. But with ordinary paper, you can't kill anybody with paper. Exactly. You can't fight anybody with ordinary paper. Yeah. Neither can you injure anybody with any ordinary paper. So you move along with your placard, move along with your people, process on the long street, and then get to where you are going. The people, anybody who is there, can then come to address you. If you want to mount, whether on the street or whatever, and put your canopy and stay there, it's all for you. While you are there with police. Yeah. So that would have been the best way for protest and not the other way around.
Okay. We have been listening to Lawrence Obukoya, and he postulates that there are ways and means of protesting without damaging property or letting hoodlums hijack the protest. I believe that as you listen, if you are in the protest there right now, it is your right to protest, but not your right to damage properties. Please do listen to these little postulations from Lawrence Obukoya. And now, with that, let's proceed to the next topic of discussion, and that is in Edo State. The People's Democratic Party, PDP Campaign Council for Edo State governorship election yesterday alleged that the All Progressive Congress, APC, has perfected plans with some unscrupulous members of the police to harass, intimidate, and persecute PDP members in order to cause chaos in Edo State. Director General of the Aswe Oge Campaign Organization, Honorable Matthew Idori Nyekem, who made the allegation while addressing journalists in Benin City, alleged that the July 18th violence, which claimed the life of a police officer, was perpetrated by known thugs of the APC who are yet to be arrested by the police. Idori Nyekem further said that APC recently tried to hoodwink the office of the Deputy Inspector General of Police by orchestrating a petition against the chairman of Ishan North East, Honorable Kelly Ilene Dabo, of allegedly brandishing pump-action guns, among other allegations. Yes, sir. Coming to Edo State, we are seeing accusations from PDP on APC and their supporters and some of their members, claiming that they are hatching plans of intimidating, harassing the PDP into submission in order to win the elections using those intimidation tactics. They have laid allegations that some of them are brandishing pump-action guns. They've made petitions to the to the Deputy Inspector General of Police, and have laid their complaints bare. This takes us back to those in the early days of our democracy, when it was commonplace. But after some time, I think it has toned down, but now it's rearing its ugly head again. We don't know how true it is. It's an allegation. APC has not responded. But be that as it may, we have to look into violence during political campaigning and even in the voting period itself, even during the elections and electioneering. Do you think that Nigeria has done away with violence during electioneering, during campaigns, and during politicking?
Well, violence during electioneering period has ravaged the entire world. It is not only peculiar with Nigeria. You can agree with me that, will I say, one of the best democratic country in the world, that during their electioneering period or building up to their primaries, that an aspirant escaped assassination. Could you also agree with me that in time past, was it Eric Kennedy or John Kennedy was as well assassinated, I think electoral period or electioneering period? So violence during electioneering period or electoral period is not too peculiar with Nigeria. It's everywhere. But be it as it may, that is not the best way to go about politics. But even though the Americans has this kind of scenario in their own political time, does not mean that we must learn from, we should always learn bad things from other countries. Why not we set a pace? It's just an allegation anyway, but they say in every allegations there are some element of truth in it. Taken from 2015, I know I was one day passing the Quarry Road. A particular group of people were campaigning and then saying if this will happen, the other will happen. My brother, going across where they parked their car, the chairman of a political party then, when they opened their booth, what I saw inside made me hate them the more. I said, is that how politics are being played in this country? That's happening here in River State. So the other political party raised alarm. This one happened. We saw that this, come and do this, come and do that. Now they are alleging that police is aiding them. Yes. It happened here in River State, 2015. One inspector then, the retired now, Inspector Joseph Ombo, you know, when he became a tool in the hand of former governor of River State, yes, that he became a card-carrying member of PDP while in police uniform. Now, when they begin to make these allegations, sometimes there are truths in what they are saying. Sometimes it could be an allegation they want to make as to protect themselves and then carry out the very act. Because that is what they do in politics. You want to assassinate somebody, you want to go and do one evil or the other. You first of all accuse me. I want to go and do this. They have gotten a report that I'm doing this, I'm going to do the other one. While you are the person who had that in mind. Just to destabilize people's mind from accusing me when that thing happened. So, that is what they do. If they have seen people are brandishing pump actions, then what did you do about it? Did you get the police informed? How is no response? You should be able to have some police officers who are good with you or who we can be able to command. Get this person arrested, even though they will bring them out from the above, from the order from above. But by then you have recorded something. So it is their right to raise alarm whenever they feel they are endangered. It is also your right to protect yourself when somebody is out there to destroy you. Not you going to look for the trouble and then when the person returns back, you begin to say, I am trying to protect myself. The allegation of the APC, what is happening today in Edo State? APC is bent to take over Edo State. Philip Sheriff have vowed with drop of his blood that PDP will never win that state. Obaseki have said, over my dead body will APC take over the state. Then some PDP bigwigs who had fallen out with Obaseki are also joining Shaibu to see that those states will be recovered for APC. So you see, allegations and counter allegations will be coming back and front. But sometimes some of them might be true, while some are not true. Obaseki and his men, I pity them because the gods have turned their back against him. You know, when we say he who has Abraham as father does not suffer pains. Abraham had backed you. I mean, have backed off. And now no longer supporting you. Then how will he, where will he go? The only power Obaseki will have today, if really he did well in Edo State, then the people will say, we must defend our mandate. We must defend our vote. During the Buhari time, the minister, I'm sorry for the senator today, Adams Oshomole, did all he could with federal might, but people said no. Yeah, exactly. They stood against that. We want this thing to happen. In Ekiti State, when Fayose came up and then Fayemi took over from him, they feel that Fayemi did not do better than Fayose. When Fayose returned back, he did, as an incumbent governor, he did all he could to stop and for him to remain in power. But the people said no, he didn't do us well. The thing now, when Fayemi left, Fayose came back. Now Fayose left, want to retain power to the PDP. The people say, okay, the one way you do, we are, in fact, it's a do. Our Mumu don't do. We no longer tolerate you. So he did all he could. No, he couldn't win, his party could not win the election. If he did well in Edo State, Edo people will give him or his candidate the mandate. They will give him total mandate. Compare Oshomole's time and his time. Because whoever Oshomole brings now, Oshomole becomes his godfather, who will always want to control what happened in the government house. And that was what Obaseki fought in Edo State. We don't want godfatherism. Let Edo State be in the hand of the man ruling the state, so that when you are apportioning blames to whoever, you apportion to the man that is at the helm of affairs. That is what we're also suffering here today in the state. I cannot be at the point where the food is, at the table where the food is being cooked, or where the food is being shared. Then I have no stake in it. Yeah. Somebody from my back will be telling me, give to that person, give to that person, give to that person. I will ask, which one be my own? I say, you don't have any share yet. So that is what is happening. But I thank God that former governor of the state have said in Edo State then that we want to stop godfatherism in the country. But it baffles me that he is coming also now to begin to become a godfather to somebody God used him to bring to power. Because as we are today, as Cain, I don't think your father opened here and hand over the key to you. Somebody made you. And you also expected to make somebody. So somebody linked you up here, and you also came here and you are employed. You also have to make somebody somewhere. So does not mean that God will come from heaven to make anyone. You must be made by someone, as you were expected as well to make some other person. So Shaibo and his boss should be able to close ranks and see how they can make peace. And let's be. One thing with these politicians, I don't know why they want to remain in power and die in power. You have been a deputy governor for about 8 years. What have you not achieved? What is that you've not gotten? Now you want to be that. Hey, you point here, somebody will do this. You do that, and the other person will do like that. It's not. That is not the best way. Take from America. The president of America, when he saw his capacity, his state of health, and his age, when they have given him the ticket to run, he said, no, I think I don't have to continue. He bowed out. If not Nigeria. If you don't see they stretch you there, you want to die there. Remember during Yaradua? Yaradua was late, but his media aide was telling us that he's alive. He's this. Let us see him now. You remember when they brought him, when they even flew his corpse down to Nigeria, the airport, international airport lights went off. Why did he go off? So nobody will know that they have brought his corpse to the country. When Abacha died, we don't even know that Abacha was dead. It was America who said Abacha is dead, though. Nigeria said, how come? How will he die this morning? People climb to power, they clinch into powers, and then want to remain there, want to die there. That is African syndrome. We need to do away with it. Yes. How I wish they will even do what Buhari did. That is the only good thing Buhari did for us. Upon all Buhari 8 years, the only good thing Buhari did was to say, whoever win the election, let him take. Because I know what I suffered, how I was being marginalized for about how many years, how many times I contested. So whoever win the primaries, let him take. They pested him, support this person, support that person, say whoever at all I will support. So Tinubu with his Jagaban way of life, clinched to the ticket, and then today he's the president. And since he left, we have not heard him say, Tinubu, employ this. Tinubu, do the other one. Tinubu, why did you alter my this thing? He went to his house and relaxed. We've not heard about his voice again.
Very true.
That is what we are supposed to do. Then, if not this shenanigan kind of life and then behaving as if we are God to every other person. There are people, when you were a small boy, there were people who were the governor then. Your father never knew you would become the governor. When he was even sending you to secondary school, primary school, he never knew that you will in life become a governor. So why then do you want to die there? So, the allegation could be true. It could be false.
Okay, sir, but there is also one part of the allegation there that interests me. A policeman was killed in the fracas that ensured at the Benin airport. And they claim, the PDP claims, that it was orchestrated by one of the thugs of the APC. And it's been surprising that the police, of which one of their officers fell, and no arrest has been made ever since then. Do you think that the police is complicit in this affair?
Ken, you're not just coming back from America.
No, sir.
I'm believing you are here in Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
You have known the rule of police from time being. The police are always carry member of the ruling party. Whichever ruling party that is on board, police become the carry member. The Inspector General of Police today was the aide to Jagaban, to our president, when he was the governor of the state, of Lagos State. And as soon as he enters that place, he went and picked him from where he was and made him IGP of police. Then what do you expect him to do? He must do the biddings of his master. Police cannot be exonerated from being complacent of what they have been accused of. They have become political card-carrying members. So these people, these police officers, I don't know if really we have police officers or we are having political talks as police. They are completely partisan in politics. They are active in politics. They're not there to protect you as a citizen. But they're there to protect that man who will give them food, who will protect them. So, I would say that police officers, I wish they are hearing me now. I wish the IG will hear me. See, I will be even better to be arrested when I'm speaking the truth than to die when I'm lying. Police are no longer doing what the masses want them to do, but rather following politics the way the politics is. Wherever politics go, you see them going there. I was coming from airport, I think that was last week. I saw a young man who was also coming from airport. I flagged him. He cleared. So, where are you going to? I said, I'm going to Obrikure. Are you going to up to Obrikure? He said, yes. I highlighted the car. I mean, I boarded the car. We came out to Obrikure here for him to drop me. Police, these abros, hoodlums, get hold on him. So while he was trying to drag me, I said, don't drag with them. I brought out the key. So not knowing that he have not off the car. His brother, who come from the same community with him, who knew him, sighted him from far and rushed. What is happening? What is happening? He told the guy that he just want to, he gave this man a ride and then dropped him here. This boss came and then began to harass him, trying to drag his car. Before we know it, they have driven his car out. The thing was steaming. Now, I asked the man, who are you? He said he's a senior SSS man. I said, okay. With that, you can handle this situation. So, okay. No, but now I don't the power again. No. Oh. How? Have you been resigned? Have you been sacked from work? He said, no. Then what why are you no longer in power? He said, you know, before I was the aide, I was a SSS aide to the former governor. If it were then. So governor is the one giving you power. So I looked at it, I said, well, which means these people, they ride on the back of their principal to perpetrate whatever thing they want to do, and then they know they will go scot-free from it. Police are completely complacent of what they are being accused of. Anything you accuse police, my brother, is true. Anything. Have you not, some police officers have been sacked as a result of going to armed robbery with police uniform. Now, what is different from you driving your car on the way? You saw mufti men with their AK-47 rifle and stopped you on the way. Maybe snatch you of your belongings, let you go. And police officer on his uniform and his rifle, stopping you on the way, taking away your belongings, and then letting you go. Any difference? There's no difference at all. Are you aware that some of them does not even go with their tag again? They don't even go with their numbers and their names. Why is it so? Because they are out to do whatever thing they want to do and then pull off their uniform. But if you have that your tag, you have your number, whatever thing you do. Formerly in America, I used to watch them sometimes. You see civilians, they are going to arrest somebody, see civilians videoing them. Yes. They won't harass you while you videoing them. Because they know they are doing what their legitimate work. But they can't dare it here in Nigeria. The police is arresting somebody or police is there moving, you are videoing them. If they catch you, you'll be a dead person. One day I was driving along Ahoda Road. They flagged me down, I stopped. My license expired a day before that day. For which in law, I have some days to renew my license. Now, I was asked to, I should give them such amount of money that I did this, I do that. I said, okay, I don't have that money. And I don't think I can offer that. They took me to their station. It beats my imagination that when they were giving reports about me, that I was driving recklessly, they flagged me, then I refused to stop until they pursued me and then double-crossed me. Then, to crown it all, in my life, I don't take alcohol. In my life, I don't smoke. I've not seen, when they say cocaine, I've not seen cocaine with my two naked eyes. Lived up to date apart from that day. Even as we are searching his we saw this person inside his car. That was why he was running. Hey, my brother, I cried. I cried. But after everything, thank God, there was a young man I helped giving the son job sometime. So the man saw me and feel like it's not this person because it has taken some years. He mentioned my name. I turned back. He said, come. Are you so person? I said, yes. What happened? I told him exactly what happened. He laughed. So okay, I shouldn't worry that he will see what he will do. That was how I was released. So if I had gone to air to say this, people will say maybe I'm accusing them, but they will even come to defend themselves. So whatever thing they accuse them of, my brother, I can hardly defend them for that.
That's Paul. All right, we are open for advert placements, bookings, and commercials, and you can connect with us on our ATN socials, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, on X, formerly Twitter, Atlantic TV Net. Watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Now let's ride on to the last story for today concerning Godswill Akpabio. Communications and Strategy Office of the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, on Wednesday issued a statement refuting media reports that Akpabio said that he would be eating while protesters are protesting. The consultant in charge of the office, Sir Kenny Okolubo, described the reports as uncharitable and motivated to bring Akpabio into conflict with the Nigerian masses. According to Okolubo, Akpabio was quoting the managing director of the NDDC, who stated that Niger Delta youths have never had it so good under the current leadership and will not be interested in regime change. Instead, they would own the government and focus on benefiting from it. Okolubo noted that Akpabio never said he and others will be eating while the protesters will be protesting. He described the report as uncharitable, saying that the motive was to bring Akpabio in conflict with the Nigerian masses. Yes, sir. I know that you have come in contact with this statement, and his media aide is coming to refute it. Do you think the media aide is right in saying that they are just trying to put the Senate President in conflict with the Nigerian masses?
Oh, our politicians, they speak with the both side of their mouth. I can't imagine a such high-ranking politician in Nigeria, the number 3 man in the whole nation of great Nigeria, will say a thing and then don't know when he said it. Will speak a word and then don't know where he was when he speaks such word. Then the aide is coming to deny what he has said that is in the public domain. The day he went to the NDC director and so forth, when they were empowering the Niger Delta youth, has he forgotten when he was talking about the people do not protest? I thank God that people have refused to protest. Let them go and protest while we are eating. How can we trust this our leaders? Oh, no wonder some of us are not being appointed for any political office, because you can't say that and expect me to go and debunk it. I cannot do that, because there's what they call a reasonable man in law. Reasonability stands that you must, as a human being, do what is reasonable as a man. So you can't just come to say what you say. You say something this morning, the next afternoon you are denying what you say. In the developed world, as soon as you say what was not good to the people, and you see people reacting negatively about it, the only thing you will do is to resign. That is what is happening today in developed world. But here in Nigeria, it doesn't happen that way. I think it has no place. It's meaningless. We have heard about it. Now, there is no how you will come to tell me, I will kill your father, and come back to say, don't worry, I will not kill him again. And you expect me, even though I have said I have forgiven you, then that will not be my memory. It remains in my memory. So when he was saying it, he never let Nigerians were hearing him. Not to say that the people want to collide him and the Nigerian populace, and what a nonsense. What a rubbish. So Akpabio should not be denying that. If you're a man, be a man enough. own up what you have said. In leadership, we were taught that when you make a wrong decision in leadership, remain in that particular place what you have said. Then after all, you can now change it. We don't just make a decision now, the next minute you are coming to refer that you have said. You're not a leader. You're not a leader. Stand on what you have said, whether it is good or bad. Yes, I said it. But this was the faith I said it for. This was the reason why I said it. Then at the long run, you can make a correction of that thing you have said. Make a change. People will not say, oh, the man don't change from what he said, though. He have turned in positive way. Now, which means he have realized his mistake. Not saying something in the morning, in the afternoon they ask you, say another thing. In the evening you are saying another thing. Then how do we trust you? How I wish I have been praying in my private prayers. How I wish, if it were my younger days, I would have even want to become an army officer. How I wish you can have somebody like Jerry Loring of Ghana. That all these politicians that has no bearing in the life of the citizens should have been wiped away from this country. Buhari didn't even do what he has in mind doing when he came to power. Can you remember that? We see one show you some of the leading fathers in this country, that when he won, they left this country. That should have been what some of them should have do. As soon as somebody take over power, whether they are military or whichever, you see them, for them to be alive, they will leave the country. Because you can't imagine. The other day I was reading the face of the newspaper, where Badiki was telling the public that they should tell the wife to desist from answering his name. You no longer my wife. You have ceased to be my wife for past years. Yet you are still putting my name into disrepute. So I don't need you again. Why did he do so? He's told to reclaim his image he had built for so many years. You don't take because of when I destroy your name. Because that name, after you, there are people bearing that name. After that generation, there are another generation will continue to bear that name. When Otile was in government, there was a young man, I was living in Job then, at Ebejumbo. There was one young man, his name is Odile. He had no connection with governor that time. He had nothing with Odile at all. But this guy began to win contracts in companies. After everything, he will write his name. I think what we'll call his name is Bobby something Odile. People thought it was direct cousin to Odile. They were giving him, the guy began before you know this is don't buy mutu. Because what? There is something helping him. What is helping him? That name. Yeah. If you also negative things, so the negative thing will also affect him. Yes. I had a friend whose name he used to answer Samson in his days. But before you know it, he began to go after women here and there. That is, you can even go to rape your wife. He felt this name, the name he bears, is responsible for what he's doing. He changed his name. So sometimes, what's that name? They might feel that I should be able to curtail this. So what these people are doing today, my brother, I wonder how our politicians, we can't trust them again. Can't trust them again.
All right. We have been picking the brains and the analysis and postulations of our revered analysts in the person of Lawrence Obuko here. It has been a wonderful time with him, and we know that in time coming, he will also make our time to come even to the studios here to still rub minds with us, educate us, and also enlighten us on varied political happenings in our dear country. Thank you, sir, for making our time for us.
God bless you.
It's always a pleasure, sir.
It's a pleasure.
I wish there was always more time. The time is always our enemy here. It's a pleasure,
Thank you, sir.
It's a pleasure.
God bless you.
All right, this is where we wrap it up on this episode of ATN Politics. I am Raymond Ken Mbata. Stay connected.